Hey YouTube, it's Justin, aka Demonic Sweaters. Today I have a fun tutorial for you guys. This is going to be how to make a song in Garageband the easiest way possible. Now, this tutorial is for the absolute beginner in Garageband, and in fact, I'm making this tutorial for some of my younger students who have Garageband on their iPads, like Oscar. I was showing him how to do this the last time during our lesson, but we didn't really have time, so I figured I would make this, this longer lesson online that he could watch, and anybody else could get something out of this. That would be cool too. So what we're going to do here is actually create a song based on something called live loops in GarageBand. So let's first just open up GarageBand. And what we're going to do first is actually click this little plus symbol up here in the top right, or tap it rather. Now when this comes up, it's probably going to be like this, and you'll see different things that you can work with here on, that you can swipe side to side, and you'll see all these different things, but we're not going to be using that just yet, or really at all in this tutorial. Like I said, this is for the absolute beginner. You don't have to have any musical knowledge to do this tutorial, so we're going to go over to the live loops section right here, and now you'll have a list of all these different genres, and you can see when I swipe left or right, you can see all the different genres that I have. And I've downloaded a lot too. You might not have as many as me, but if you wanted to download more, you could just go into the sound library right here, and that'll bring up a whole list and a whole bunch of things that you can download and install into GarageBand. But we're not going to do that right now. I'm just going to start here with my very first one on the list, which is EDM. So I'm just going to tap that. Okay, and just ignore that. It's because of my screen capture is why that message came up. Now, what you're going to see here might look a little intimidating at first, but really this is really easy. So all of those little boxes that you're looking at on the screen all have little bits of audio in them. So for example, if I tap one up here on the top, you can hear a drum beat. So if I tap the second one, slightly different. Now let's tap this down here below it. Okay, so there's some more of the drum beat. Now let's go down to one of these keyboards here and tap one of these. Oops. Okay. All right, so you can hear that there's just a bunch of little audio clips in there, and they all basically line up together when you play them all at the same time. But GarageBand made this really easy for us, so we don't even have to go in and tap all the individual ones. All we have to do is tap down here on any one of these arrows that are pointing up to these columns, and then it will play all of the clips that are in that column. For example, if I tap the first one right here, or the second one, okay, so you're probably starting to get the idea. And basically, this is almost like a DJ type setup. So we're not actually going to be creating any tracks here just yet, but what we are going to do is record our performance or our arrangement of those clips that you just heard. So in order to do that, all we have to do, first off, let's turn on our metronome over here on the right. So just tap there, and that'll turn on the metronome. So that way, that'll keep a steady pulse in case there's a silent bit. You won't lose the beat while you're recording. And then you're just going to tap record here in the playback area. And now it's already recording. So it's recording that section of clips right there. I'm just going to let that play a couple of times, then I'm going to switch to something else. Okay, I'm just going to let this play a few times. I'm going to tap something else again. Okay, then maybe after this I'll go back to the one that I was doing before. So let's switch back to this one. All right, now let's go to something different. Here comes another change. Again. Okay, then maybe let's try to finish this up. So let's switch to another one. Oh, I missed it. That's okay. I'll let it play a couple more times. Let's go back to the chorus again. What I'm calling the chorus is this part. Okay, then stop. Okay, so we basically just recorded a song. Now, in order to see what we just did, what we're going to do is tap on this little button up here. Now, this is all of our tracks that we just recorded. So we can actually zoom out if we just pinch. Oops, wrong one. Pinch with 2 fingers. You can zoom out. And then we'll see all the different parts laid out on a timeline. So these are all the different parts that we just recorded. So if I rewind this, let's turn off our metronome again. Or turn off the metronome, not again, but turn it off. Okay, now let's press play. Now it's going to play back. Now it's going to play back every single thing that we just did in the previous screen. Okay, let's stop that. Now what we can do too, say we want the song to fade out at the end. So let's just tap up here on the right, this little gear icon. And then we're going to go down to fade out and just tap that. And now our song is going to fade out at the end of the song, just like a real song. When it fades out, the volume gets lower at the end. And let me play it back and you'll hear what I mean. So let's do that. And there we go. We just created a song. So say we wanted to share this song with one of our friends. All we have to do is just tap back over here on the main and go back to our main window here. And what we can do is we long press this, and then we can go to rename. Now let's just call this, I don't know, we'll just call it whatever we want. We'll just say EDM thing. And then you can long press it again. And then just go to share. And then just select song. And then you can select, for most people, unless you're doing like a professional mix, you could probably select high quality here. And that should be good enough. And then you just tap share. And then you select where you want to share it. So you could send it to one of your friends in a message. Or you can send it to your Mac if you have a Mac computer. Or you can tap open in right here. and then that will export the song and then allow you to send it either to Google Drive or to your files or to basically any other app that supports file attachments on your iOS device. And it's taking a little while to export because basically it's taking all of those little parts and rendering them all to an MP3 file. So there it is. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to save this to my Google Drive. So I'll just tap there and then I'm going to tap where I want to save it. So we'll go down here to mixes and I have a Garageband folder already in here. And then I'm just going to save it here. Save here and then upload. And now it's going to upload that song to Google Drive. And then I could go on my desktop and, you know, basically anywhere I have Google Drive and copy and download the file and do whatever I want with it. So it's that simple. Actually, here, I can show you right here. Let's go into my Google Drive, and it shouldn't take too long to sync. And then we'll go to my mixes folder, wherever that is. There it is. And then we'll go into GarageBand mixes. And then, where is it? EDM thing right there. So let's just listen to it. We'll listen to it here in Windows. There we go. So anyway, there you go. That is the super simple way to create your own song in GarageBand for iOS. It's really, really easy to do. Now, you could go in and you can delete clips, you can add your own loops, you can get creative with it. There's a lot of loops in there, and you really don't even have to know how to play any instrument whatsoever. You could really create your own music just by arranging loops and by, you know, muting and unmuting and recording your arrangements. And it's really that simple. Now, then once you get better at doing it, you could start to learn how to do other things in GarageBand as well. Maybe for the next tutorial, what I'll do is show you guys how you could create some of your own tracks to something like that. Like say you create a loop-based song, like how I just did, you could go in and record your own parts over that to make it a little bit more unique. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know by clicking the like button and subscribing to the channel. And be sure to follow Demonic Sweaters on Spotify. There's a link down below. And I'll see you guys really soon. Have a great day. Later.